Hey guys, Matt here, and today we're going to be talking about the game that started it all, Halo Combat Evolved. So let's get into it. In Halo Combat Evolved, the levels are expansive and open, something I wasn't really used to seeing in the first-person shooters I played back in the day. I remember playing games like Medal of Honor Assault, as well as Call of Duty 2, and finding myself restricted by the more narrow level design and invisible walls that prevented any sort of exploration, but CE allowed my ADHD-riddled brain to explore freely. This was the best way Bungie could have went about designing the game, seeing as how it's both the Chiefs and the player's first time ever being on one of the rings, making exploration crucial for the 9 maps that take place on the damn thing. Some of the standout levels for me were definitely the Silent Cartographer, which for those of you who don't know, this level tasks players with infiltrating an enemy-held island. The level features a mix of outdoor and indoor environments, which has that beach landing area and pretty much a whole island that is free to explore. Man, I remember roaming around trying to see how far you could go out to sea before hitting the invisible wall, then proceeding to laugh at my stack of other FPS games when I realized that you could go farther than any of them allowed me to. Then there's 343 Guilty Spark, which takes place in a swamp-like environment near a flood containment facility on the surface of Installation 4, and it's a cool level with its horror film vibes thanks to the blood-stained, claustrophobic hallways, creepy atmosphere, and the maze-like layout. Not to mention this one chilling encounter you have with a survivor.
Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah!
And who can forget the classic final level of the game, the Maw, where you race through an exploding installation on a warthog and escape from the Halo ring in a stolen Covenant spaceship. However, despite all the praise I'm giving the level design for Halo Combat Evolved, going back and playing it, I was able to notice some of the downsides to the game's level design. That being the dozens of repetitive designs and copy and pasted hallways/rooms, which kind of makes some of the environments feel very samey. But all in all, it's great. One might say it's near perfect.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon.
Halo Combat Evolved features a solid variety of weapons for you to use, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. We got the iconic assault rifle, the Magnum, oh how I've missed you so, a plasma pistol that didn't take months to become a viable option, the beefy rocket launcher, sniper rifle, and the list goes on. My personal favorites are easily the shotgun, which is an absolute beast against most enemies, especially the Flood, the Magnum for its adaptability in campaign, as well as its utter lethality in multiplayer, and the rocket launcher, because, come on, it's fun to use. But we have more than just the standard weapons. There's also vehicles, like the classic Warthog, Scorpion, Ghost, and Banshee, which are all really fun to control and use. Overall, the weapon variety in Halo Combat Evolved is a key part of the game, and although it's not as robust as the games that came after it, it still had an amazing lineup that's perfect for any FPS game, especially for the early 2000s.
Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential factor.
C's AI, in my experience, is pretty much a gold standard. Hell, if you asked me back when I first played C, I'd tell you that the AI is some of the best I've seen. I mean, each enemy type has their own unique pattern of attack to learn and plan around, as well as their own unique reactions to certain situations. The slow but tanky hunters, the panicking grunts, the bum-rushing Flood, and the air assaults from the hovering sentinels all provide unique enemy encounters. You know, thinking back, I can only think of 2 actual things that were kinda rough. Hunters at first, seem big, brooding, and scary, but then you realize they're super easy to cheese. The other thing was when I was playing Legendary difficulty with a friend of mine, we were escorting Captain Keys, and during one of those portions where you're sort of just staying in one room fighting off enemies, he just kept walking into danger. He was completely oblivious to his surroundings, causing him to die and us to restart from checkpoint over and over again. So even though my experience with the AI while revisiting the game wasn't 100% flawless, it was still good. Like, 2 things wrong with the AI, I'll take it. That's still like fucking amazing, especially when you compare it to some of the garbage we've seen today. So yeah, AI definitely still solid and definitely still holds up in the 2020s.
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
There's a reason why Halo has such an expanded universe with its countless books, video games, and film adaptations.
Money.
Well, yes, but also because Combat Evolved was able to set the foundation for potential growth while still feeling complete as a standalone experience. Combat Evolved had an incredible story with a top-tier lineup of characters to go along with it. Not to mention one of the funniest hidden endings in all of gaming.
Come here, you mother. Oh, this is it, baby. Hold me.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Combat Evolved multiplayer had 13 maps on the original Xbox, and with that quantity thrown in with a fantastic land system, puts Halo CE off to a damn good start. However, due to the fact that there was no Xbox Live for the game, the OG Xbox version suffered from the difficulty of getting enough players and Xbox consoles together to have a full lobby. Thankfully, we now have more ways of playing PvP in Combat Evolved. So instead of searching for other friends who have original Xboxes, you now just have to wait through MCC's still ridiculous lobby times. Circling back around to the maps, personally, I think Combat Evolved had some of the more creative and chaotic fun maps out of most of the games in the series. These are just a few examples of the many great multiplayer maps in Halo Combat Evolved. We have the absolute classic Blood Gulch, which is just 2 bases in a canyon, completely devoid of life. Then we have Rat Race, which is sort of a circular map with a multitude of teleporters, tunnels, and passages. It's pretty compact and gets pretty hectic. Sidewinder, which is this really sick snow map, which is sort of in like a horseshoe type shape. It has these ice patches that causes vehicles like warthogs to slide around. It's really cool and provides a load of sniping spots. And finally, we have Chiron TL34, which is a super close quarters indoor map that features multiple small rooms that you hop between using teleporters. This map was so chaotic. I loved it. The game has many other great maps that offer unique challenges and experiences for players to just have a great time with their friends. CE's multiplayer is still amazing and features fast-paced gameplay with tight controls, excellent level design, and help to establish the series we all know and love as an FPS juggernaut. In conclusion, this game was just as spectacular revisiting as it was the day I first played it. Combat Evolved holds up pretty damn well, minus obviously the dated visuals. It may have some minor issues, but nothing that ruins the overall experience, which is incredible. The single player has a fantastic story with a great cast of characters, good gameplay, and overall good map design. And the multiplayer, like I said, is just chaotic fun, which really laid the groundwork for future entries. Whether you're playing the original Xbox CE, or you're playing MCC, or hell, if you're just playing Halo Anniversary on the 360, you will have a fun time with this game. I can guarantee it. So that was my video on Halo Combat Evolved. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And let me know in the comments down below what you think of Halo Combat Evolved. Do you think it's a near perfect game? Do you think it's a perfect game? Or do you think it's a garbage game? I pity you if you think it's a garbage game. I still got one more video coming out before the end of the year, so if you like what you see, drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when that video comes out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.